to another stream. I hope the audio is fine. It should be. Today we're gonna talk about a bit of design, you know? We're gonna... Battery is low. Okay, well, gonna deal with that. And not press anything and not do anything, because I'm a bit worried that things are gonna break and explode and not gonna be good. You know, something that I do not want to have, something that I do not want to have to deal with, to really be honest. But we're gonna have a look at very, rather famous and well-designed posters, I would say, maybe even architecture. Depends on what I'm gonna be able to find and what I'm gonna be able to go ahead with today. And we're gonna dissect it. You know, we're gonna have a look at why it is as good as it is and why it works, basically. Just gonna Google for it. I do also have certain sites in mind that provide pretty great design in terms of poster design mainly, as far as I can remember. And I do just think about the fact in which, well, let's do it in, should I do it in Photoshop? Or should I just make a screenshot? Well, we're gonna see actually. But I'm gonna first of all show you maybe the site, whatever it is, and then we're gonna deal with it. And then we're gonna go ahead with it. The site is called, and it is actually pretty neat that I still remember it, because it is something that one of my teachers back in school told me, has shown me, and whatnot. It's a bit too big. No. Why? There we go. There we go, and there it is. As you can see, pretty amazing art and pretty amazing stuff there, and all of it is quite old, as you can see also according to the date up there, but it still works. And well, of course, one could argue nowadays one should not be doing stuff like this, but knowing why this works and knowing why it just still is quite modern, to really be honest, is, I think, pretty important. I'm gonna choose one that is not that typography heavy, because well, you know, when it comes to something like this, I would not do this at this point in time, because I would argue that it is, well, already quite old, to kind of be honest. You know, it is something that has been done, but and most often is also relatively simplistic. And I do just want to seek and search for great grids, you know, just having a design grid and knowing how to also use it, so that I can make great design myself, and so that you can as well make design yourself. I just see though that I am having a few issues there, so I might consider doing this and seeing whether it works. Does it? And I'm also gonna quickly head into here and reduce this, and hope that it is a tiny little bit better. Is this okay? No, it isn't. There we go. Should be fine. I do still see a little bit of a lag. I actually am not quite sure what this is due to, but well, should be fine. So let's choose one that looks rather interesting and has, you know, a few more elements, a few more diverse things as well, I would say. But something that is not too overly crazy, I would say. Just something that jumps into my eyes and that I appreciate. Let's actually, even though I think that it is going to be quite a difficult one, let's pick this one. And I guess that, well, let's can I open this? Open image in new tab. Can I do this? Well, I can. If I am allowed to do so, I'm gonna make a screenshot of it. Zack, here we go. And then it should open, I guess. There we go. So I'm gonna do this. And hopefully, I do still see the lag. And I do not like this lag. As you can see, I'm using another camera here. Because I want the quality to be a bit better and not always like that. Nope, this is not what I wanted to do, but I would like to make it bigger. There we go. You know, this looks phenomenal, amazing, great. Overload, consider turning down video settings, but I have already done so. And I really don't know what this is due to be honest. But I see, but by the way, you know, let's just have a look at this amazing camera. I'm now feeling like a beauty YouTuber all of a sudden, you know, look, have a look at my makeup here. Anyway, can I make straight lines here? Some sort of. I could also, oh, there we go. There's something that I want to see. So here we go. And I guess I can then also calculate that. Is this somewhat precise? Yes. Let's just go ahead and do this for a bit. Because I assume that there somehow is, let's do it like that, is a bit of structure. And we're going to see that actually fairly easily and also fairly fast. So let's, can I rotate that? How do I do this? How do I do this? What can I do there? Okay. Right click, double click, some click. Is it endless? No, it isn't. Do I really have to Google it now? Do I really have to Google now how to do that? I really hope not. To be honest, I really hope that I'm not gonna be forced to do so. That's actually, by the way, in the background, I should probably. Can you see this now? No, you can't. Save changes, yes, please. We're gonna close quite everything in the background because I'm still having issues with frames, and there are a few dropped frames. Anyway, it should somehow be fine, I guess. But can't I? Well, anyway. And then we also have another one. I'm just thinking whether I should also deal with it. But I guess that I'm gonna just leave it out. What if I type something in? Is this gonna happen? No. So let's just take the ruler itself to measure things. And there's gonna be another one. As funny as it actually is, you know, there is like the very top of this headline of this text there. Then we see, oh, all of a sudden there is another headline. Quite, you know, somewhat around there. I could actually also use another color to just do this. Let's pick this one. So let's do this again. There we go. And then let's just prove my point there. that there is something going on, and all of a sudden we are underneath it, and then it's probably gonna be quite it. Yeah, some sort of. Well, yeah, you could also argue that this is then the bottom line of this little text was up there. I have overdrawn it now. So as we already can see, there is a bit of structure, you know, there for sure is. Then we have, if this is the whole one, then there is the middle of it. This might actually be this length. Not really golden ratio, I guess. No, it could be. It could actually be golden ratio, you know, the very bottom of it. But this is still in the middle, isn't it? Yes, it is. And this once again, somewhat golden ratio, I would argue. I'm actually not quite sure, but I would argue. I think that we could actually also take this in half. Some sort of, this should be the half. Yes. And then let's take the half of that as well. And let's take the half of that as well. Somewhere there. So as we can see, there is a structure, you know, there is a reason why things look sorted, because it quite is sorted, you know, it just is the case. What if we, well, that could be another line, which is probably gonna, well, this does not make too much sense, but this once again is the half of it, right around. And maybe even this little text is also half of it. And there we have another half. And, well, probably the top line is going to be a half again. And then right in between. And then actually this one. I should have not used this red one before, to be honest. You know, it's a bit distracting, but this is the bottom line of it. And this in between is, yeah, this is where things, can I erase that? I would love to. There we go. There we go. There we go. So as we can see, I would actually love to, can't I, settings, I mean, there must be a way to actually rotate that, because, I mean, nope, didn't want to do that. What if I'm gonna Google it really quickly. How to rotate ruler sketch app windows. To change the angle and rotate the ruler in Microsoft Snip and Sketch for Windows 10, add the rule to your snip screen, position the mouse cursor over the rule, swipe down with 2 fingers on the trackpad to rotate the ruler clockwise. I mean, I can only drag it. Do I really have to use my trackpad? Can I use shift as well to make it I would like to have a 90 degrees angle. Thank you. So there we go. Should we use the ruler again as a means of, or should I just take some point? Let's just take the middle, which is probably going to be this. Nope. Definitely did not want to do that. This time we're going to actually use another color. Yellow. Aha. Well. So here is the middle. What if we take half of it? Is this half of it? Somewhat like there. Then this is probably gonna, you know, the thing is I'm using a ruler, you know, but I'm still eyeballing things. So there we go. You can already see that there might be going something on. Then this is gonna be quite the middle. I might also be wrong there. I could really completely be wrong here. Is this the middle? Not really exactly. But maybe it's actually only this grid. I don't know. I just thought since it is centered and since there is clearly a line, you know, from, you know, which everything kind of works from, that there must be going something on. But I may just also be quite wrong here. So let's actually delete this one here again, and this one here again, and this one as well, and this one as well. Let's have a look. Maybe we can see something else. Maybe we can see another way. What I, by the way, really like is the fact that, you know, first of all, you work very centered here, in the very top up to this point, which may actually be golden ratio. You know, it's this part. You can't actually see that, can you? You can. Okay, fine. This part to the rest of it, to this part, or actually there. This can really be golden ratio, and there you can see, you know, this is where kind of everything being just very organized ends, and like this this starts where things tend to get a bit more disorganized, where things tend to be well, how should I say, definitely not kind of centered, you know, still runs along this line, as you can see, you know, this rectangle or square actually, and also this is where things also end. But besides that, we could actually also see, what is this? Is this something? Kind of looks like it. What if we do this? Okay, which is, let's rotate it again to 0 or somewhat 0. Then we have thick line to almost thick line, and so we have it like there, I guess. Yeah, should be somewhat right. And this is kind of the middle of it, but it still works, you know. I would actually argue that it might be about the contrast, you know, the contrast that you can actually see in the whole picture, as, you know, when I'm just deleting everything for a bit. You have a lot of different elements here, you know, but they all work very nicely together, which at my point of view is probably due to the grid that the person used that designed that. We could actually also look that up afterwards, but well, anyway. So you can see this very big text, then this might actually be the same size, but it is regular and not bold. Then this is smaller, might be 50%. Not really, might also be golden ratio, so 61.8% or 68.1, no, 61.8%, might be. And then you have this really small text, you know, which is still bold. Then you have this, which might be the same size but is regular. Then this very small one in regular, and these very small ones, and then there you have a combination of small ones in bold and regular, and also there is this one, which probably is going to line up there as well. Yes, but you know, it is very important. It is always quite important to have that contrast to just have diversity in your design, and well, also it is a means of hierarchical visual representation quite, you know, this apparently is pretty important, I would say, you know, whereas this is not very important and this is even less important, you know. But it is also actually very interesting, as I'm seeing that this text is pretty much spaced. Okay, I see. Okay, this is justified. This is justified text. The problem is when you're having such big text or big letters in justified text, that the chance of it being automatically spaced out like this, you know, the letters themselves being spaced out in a word, is very high, you know. Therefore, most often it is used in well, magazines / newspapers where you do have a lot of text, first of all, and second of all, relatively small text, you know. And then you can indeed also do this, you know, spacing things out, and it does not look that bad, you know, because it is so much and you really do not recognize it. Unless you're just doing it in a horrible way, then you're gonna recognize it anyway. So I really dislike that one, but yeah, let's erase that again. And there's a bird. Great. What do I like as well about it? Well, I would argue, do you really need this text? You know, is this really essential? And also this one and this one. I think this one is great. I mean, this apparently has a function, you know, it's number 8, I guess, you know, 8 poster, I assume. I don't know. This is also important, but couldn't you make it smaller as well? You know, is 8.9, which you can also see there. Then do you also need it, or could you just erase that and just have a bit more white space? Or make this bit bigger? This I really enjoy, you know, I think this is quite important. This one as well, which by the way says there are 3 types of fonts. Oh, well, not fonts, but scripts maybe, I don't know. And this kind of definitely is golden ratio, this to this, or it's the half of it. But no, it's not the half, it definitely is golden ratio. And this is also where things line up with this one and some sort of this one as well. And when we have a look at, this could also be quite interesting. I could also use the ruler there. Let's actually use the ruler there. Let's use the ruler there. Let's put it to 90 degrees. There we go. And we have this size, which is big to big, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this the same? No, it's this one. Is it? I guess this could you looks somewhat okay. Then you have this one, and then you have, I'm gonna eyeball it, it's probably gonna be this, some sort of, yes, 1, 2, are they same size? I guess so. And then you have this one, I guess. Maybe this was actually the only part, so everything that is blue might have only been like what there was, and then he added this piece, which kind of is balancing things out a bit, I guess, you know, and or holding it. The problem would actually be if this was only regular, I guess. It would not work that well because it would be too light. Is there actually also a line there? I cannot see it actually, unfortunately, and I've also closed the tab, but I guess there is a small little line there as well above it. But I in general really quite like it. As I said, I don't know if you really need this piece, this being that big, and this one. But the rest is, I think, quite essential. And with this also being said, I'm gonna end the episode. I'm gonna end this little dissection of design, and I'm gonna see you the next time. So